The 3 ancient secrets that will awaken your body's healing power. Millennial wisdom. Did you know that at this very moment, while you listen to these words, your body possesses a fully equipped pharmacy, more powerful than any medicine created by man? In the next few minutes, you will discover 3 millennial secrets that have remained hidden for generations, and that can completely transform your health without the need for pills or expensive treatments. But be warned, if you don't pay complete attention to what I'm about to reveal, you could be missing the opportunity of a lifetime to heal naturally and permanently. There comes a moment in our lives when the body speaks to us through pain, illness, or discomfort. It may manifest as a simple flu, a persistent headache, digestive problems, or even more complex conditions that challenge our tranquility and well-being. The automatic response of our modern society is clear and predictable. We run to the doctor, fill our organism with synthetic medications, and hope that external chemistry resolves what we consider a purely physical problem. But what if I told you that this approach, though necessary in certain cases, represents only a microscopic fraction of the true healing potential that resides within you? For millennia, the world's deepest spiritual traditions have understood a fundamental truth that modern science is barely beginning to rediscover. The power of mind over matter is not just a poetic phrase, but a biological and energetic reality that can be measured, studied, and more importantly, consciously applied to restore lost health. When your mental state finds itself in balance and harmony, your organism's regenerative capacities are exponentially enhanced. This is not an assertion based on hopes or blind beliefs, but on the recognition that every cell in your body is connected with your consciousness, constantly responding to your thoughts, emotions, and deepest beliefs. The complete transformation of your health can begin with something as simple as changing the nature of your dominant thoughts. Imagine for a moment, what would happen if instead of feeding mental patterns of illness, limitation, and hopelessness, you began to systematically nourish thoughts of vitality, strength, and complete recovery? Your physical body is not a machine separate from your consciousness. It is, in reality, the external manifestation of your internal world. Each organ, each system, each bodily function is intimately connected with your emotional and mental state. When you understand this connection and learn to work with it consciously, you stop being a victim of circumstances to become the architect of your own health. From the moment you are born until your last breath of life, your organism possesses a self-healing mechanism so sophisticated and powerful that it makes the most advanced medical technology pale in comparison. This innate capacity doesn't require your conscious intervention for basic functions. Your wounds close by themselves, your immune system fights microscopic invaders, your bones regenerate after a fracture. However, this self-healing potential reaches its maximum expression only when your mind and body work in perfect synchrony, directed toward a common goal of health and vitality. Most people never access this power because they have been conditioned to believe that healing comes exclusively from the outside. But here lies a secret that spiritual traditions have jealously guarded for centuries. Within you exists a healing intelligence infinitely wiser than any medical diagnosis, infinitely more precise than any laboratory analysis, infinitely more powerful than any medication. This intelligence not only knows exactly what your body needs to heal, but also possesses the energetic resources to implement that healing naturally and harmoniously. The only requirement is that you learn to consciously align with this inner wisdom, eliminating the mental and emotional obstacles that block its free expression. Have you ever wondered why some people recover miraculously from diseases considered incurable, while others succumb to minor ailments? The difference doesn't always lie in the severity of the diagnosis or the effectiveness of medical treatment. The fundamental difference lies in their mental attitude, in their capacity to access and channel their internal healing power. In this context of rediscovering internal healing power, the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda shine like a beacon of practical and transformative wisdom. This great spiritual master not only theoretically understood the connection between mind, body, and spirit, but dedicated his entire life to developing specific and proven techniques to consciously activate the healing potential that resides in every human being. Yogananda taught that true healing transcends the simple relief of physical symptoms. For him, to heal meant to restore perfect balance among all aspects of our being: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. When these levels of our existence function in harmony, illness becomes not only improbable, but practically impossible. According to his teachings, our physical body is not simply a collection of organs and biological systems functioning mechanically. It is, in reality, a living temple where the soul resides, a vehicle of consciousness designed to express divine perfection on the material plane. When we recognize and honor this sacred nature of our physical being, we automatically activate healing forces that operate beyond the ordinary laws of conventional medicine. Master Yogananda repeatedly emphasized that the energy of the soul plays a determining role in our state of health. This energy is not something abstract or mystical, but a real and tangible force that can be consciously directed toward the restoration of any imbalance or illness. To effectively channel this healing energy, we must learn to redirect our thoughts toward constructive positivity, recognize and feel the presence of our inner strength, and use this force with wisdom and clear purpose. The question that naturally arises is, why do some people experience rapid and complete recoveries, while others remain stuck in prolonged cycles of illness and suffering? The answer, according to Yogananda, is found not only in the nature of the medicine used, but primarily in the individual's mental attitude and their capacity to connect with their internal power. Creating the mental environment for healing. Paramahansa Yogananda insisted that to achieve authentic and lasting healing, we need much more than external medications. We require the conscious creation of a healthy mental environment characterized by inner peace and constructive thinking. This mental peace is not a spiritual luxury reserved for monks and mystics, but a practical necessity for anyone who wishes to optimize their physical health. When the mind is in a state of calm and balance, the body naturally follows this example, activating its own mechanisms of repair and regeneration. In addition to mental peace, Yogananda emphasized the transformative value of specific practices like yoga and meditation. These disciplines are not simply physical exercises or relaxation techniques, but scientific methods to strengthen the connection between consciousness and body, making our physical organism more receptive to positive influences and more resistant to factors that cause illness. Now we come to the crucial point. What specific actions can we take not only to heal ourselves, but to completely transform the quality of our lives? Are there concrete steps we can implement to bring genuine balance to both our body and our mind? The first secret: the transformative power of conscious affirmations. When we face an illness, our mind tends to automatically fill with destructive internal dialogues. Thoughts like, "I will never recover," "This illness is too serious," "My body is failing," become the mental soundtrack that accompanies our days of discomfort. What most people don't understand is that these negative thought patterns are not simply harmless side effects of being sick. They are, in reality, active forces that weaken both our mental resistance and our physical capacity for recovery. But imagine for a moment that there existed a technique so simple that it would seem too easy to be effective, and yet so powerful that it could completely change the trajectory of your healing. This technique exists, and it is accessible to any person at any time. Our words and thoughts possess a creative power that goes far beyond what conventional science is willing to recognize. Everything we express verbally or mentally generates specific vibrations that directly influence our physical state and the direction our life takes. Paramahansa Yogananda understood this truth with extraordinary depth. He taught that through the conscious and systematic use of elevated and constructive words, we can literally remodel both our physical condition and our mental state. The sacred science of affirmations. Positive affirmations are conscious and deliberate statements that we use to direct our mind toward patterns of healing and strengthening. They are not simple self-help phrases or superficial positive thinking. They are transformation tools that, when used correctly, can restructure the reality of our physical experience. These affirmations function by installing deep confidence in our innate capacity for recovery, reinforcing the fundamental belief that healing is not only possible, but inevitable when we work in harmony with the natural laws of our being. When we maintain constructive thoughts about our physical condition and affirm them regularly with conviction, we simultaneously strengthen our mental resistance and activate the body's natural healing response. The effectiveness of affirmations has a solid scientific foundation that modern research is beginning to understand. Neuroscientific studies have demonstrated that when we consciously direct our mental pattern toward positivity, the brain produces specific signals that directly influence the functioning of all bodily systems. These mental changes generate particular brainwave patterns that promote recovery and are closely related to the placebo effect, the well-documented phenomenon where simple belief in the power of a treatment can produce real and measurable healing. Yogananda not only believed in this principle, but demonstrated it consistently throughout his life. He taught that our thoughts and words exert a profound and quantifiable impact on our physical health. According to his direct experience, by avoiding negativity and consciously embracing constructive thinking, we can completely transform our physical well-being. The transformative benefits of positive affirmations. Profound mental strengthening. Positive affirmations act as a gymnasium for the mind. When we consciously declare, "I am completely healthy," "My body is full of vital energy," or "I am healing quickly and completely," our mind becomes motivated and empowered. This mental strengthening increases our confidence and prepares us to face health challenges with greater resistance and determination. Transformation of physical state. As we have mentioned, our words and thoughts directly mold our physical state. Affirmations not only create mental clarity, but also attract and channel positive energy toward our organism. When we pronounce words of strengthening, we build an energetic environment around us that actively supports healing and growth. Powerful examples of healing affirmations. My body is healing completely, and my health is perfect. Each day that passes, my physical and mental strength increases exponentially. There is an infinite healing power operating through me at this moment. My thoughts and words are full of vitality and creative force. Every cell of my body vibrates with perfect health and radiant energy. Daily, I receive new thoughts and energies that support my complete healing. How to integrate affirmations into your daily routine. Strategic moments. Integrate these affirmations at specific times of day, especially upon waking and before sleeping. During these periods, your subconscious mind is more receptive and can absorb more deeply the content of your affirmations. Total conviction. When you recite the affirmations, do so with complete and unshakable conviction. It is fundamental that you absolutely believe in what you are saying. If you doubt your own words, their transformative power is considerably weakened. Conscious personalization. Adapt the affirmations according to your personal experience and specific needs. For example, you can say, "I feel how my health improves extraordinarily each day," or "I am full of divine light and perfect vitality." Immediate substitution. Develop the habit of instantly replacing every negative thought with a positive affirmation as soon as it appears in your consciousness. This constant practice gradually reprograms your dominant mental pattern. Unshakable constancy. Consistency is absolutely crucial. The more regularly you practice affirmations, the more powerful their transformative influence becomes. Make this process an integral and non-negotiable part of your lifestyle. Hey, if you're finding value in this ancestral wisdom, I invite you to subscribe to the Camino Karma Divino channel, where we regularly share profound teachings that can transform your life. Don't forget to activate notifications so you don't miss any transformative content. The second secret, the alchemy of conscious positive thinking. Beyond superficial positivism. By this point in the video, you have begun to understand the transformative impact that affirmations can have on both your body and your mind. But authentic healing requires that we go even deeper. Your thoughts, emotions, and general mental state contribute determinately to your integral health. There is a universal law that operates constantly. Your mental condition directly governs your physical condition. When your mind is healthy and saturated with positive energy, your physical body automatically reflects that internal transformation. But here a fundamental question arises. How can we develop this type of constructive positive thinking in a genuine and sustainable way? This is where the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda become invaluable and completely practical. Yogananda taught us that we must constantly direct our thoughts toward constructive positivity. When we think in a hopeful and elevated manner, we automatically activate the healing process that naturally resides within our organism. The difference between positivism and denial. It is crucial to understand that genuine positive thinking does not consist of naively denying problems or pretending that difficulties don't exist. True positive thinking means facing challenges with unshakable faith and perfect mental clarity. It means understanding at a deep level that every problem that appears in our life contains within itself the seed of its own solution, and consciously choosing to direct our mind toward the discovery and manifestation of that solution. When your mind, your body, and your soul begin to align with this inner truth, healing becomes a completely natural and spontaneous process. Genuine positivity calms the mind, dramatically reduces destructive stress, and enhances your capacity to make wise and constructive decisions. The scientific impact of positive thinking. When we maintain a positive mental state, our emotions and thoughts literally infuse vital energy to the physical body, and this energy significantly accelerates all healing processes. Modern scientific research has confirmed what spiritual traditions have taught for millennia. Conscious positive thinking produces powerful and measurable effects throughout our entire being. A distinctive type of mental and physical energy begins to emerge within us, helping to maintain the body healthy and strong. Multiple scientific studies have demonstrated that positive thinking strengthens our immune system, empowering the body to combat diseases and recover with greater efficiency. Additionally, constructive thinking improves blood circulation, stabilizes hormonal levels, and optimizes various fundamental biological processes within the organism. When we perceive ourselves positively and firmly believe that we are healthy, our efforts and intentions begin to automatically align with that belief. This forms a positive reinforcement cycle where mental state improves physical state, and in turn, physical well-being reinforces positive mental state. Integral benefits of conscious positive thinking. Improvement of physical health. When we adopt a genuinely positive attitude, the body immediately responds to this transformation. Our immune system strengthens dramatically, helping us resist diseases, recover more quickly, and experience significantly superior energy levels. Deep mental peace. A genuine positive mentality brings authentic inner calm, reducing psychological tension and mental discomfort. It helps us gain better control over our thoughts, allowing us to maintain emotional balance even in challenging circumstances. Growth in self-confidence. Thinking positively naturally elevates our self-esteem. We begin to better understand our real capacities and our unlimited potential. This mental strength equips us to handle challenges with clarity and unshakable courage. Better decisions. A positive attitude sharpens the mind, allowing us to make clearer and more reflective decisions. It helps us think in the right direction and take actions that serve our higher purpose. Flow of positive energy. Positive thinking also affects the energetic field that surrounds us. We begin to emit positive vibrations that attract favorable circumstances and influence our environment in elevated and constructive ways. Practical strategies for developing authentic positive thinking. Conscious acceptance of challenges. The first step is to accept that life naturally includes challenges and difficulties. This is completely normal. But instead of becoming discouraged, we must strive to maintain a constructive and hopeful mental perspective when facing adversities. Identification of negative thoughts. When negative thoughts arise, recognize them immediately. The moment you notice a pessimistic idea forming, consciously replace it with a positive one. For example, instead of thinking, "This illness is too much for me," say, "I am healing, I am recovering completely." Systematic use of positive affirmations. Keep your thoughts aligned by using powerful and elevated affirmations. Say things like, "I am completely healthy. My body is full of vital energy." Repeating these affirmations can gradually reprogram your thinking toward constructive positivity. Surround yourself with positive people, stay close to people who elevate and inspire you. Their positive energy will inspire and elevate your own mentality. The social environment you choose has a direct impact on your dominant mental state. Practice of meditation and yoga. Through meditation and yoga, you can create a balanced and peaceful inner state. These practices calm the mind and naturally foster constructive, positive thinking. The third secret, the healing power of conscious prayer. The sacred connection between prayer and healing. Up to this point, we have explored how positive thoughts and conscious affirmations can significantly elevate our physical and emotional well-being. But what would happen if we added a third transformative element to this holistic approach? That element is conscious and directed prayer. Many people wonder, can prayer really help heal our bodies in a tangible and measurable way? My answer, based on both millennial traditions and emerging scientific evidence, is a resounding yes. Prayer, in any of its authentic forms, brings deep peace to the mind and exerts a transformative and healing effect on the physical body. Throughout all spiritual traditions of the world, prayer has been recognized as a powerful force that can strengthen both emotional and physical health. Paramahansa Yogananda consistently taught that the connection between the individual soul and universal divine consciousness possesses the power to heal and completely transform any physical or mental condition. According to his teachings and direct experience, prayer activates the energy of the soul and prepares the body to receive healing from the deepest levels of being. The transformative nature of authentic prayer. Prayer is much more than a desperate petition directed toward an external deity. It is a sacred act of expressing our deepest intentions and surrendering our fears, limitations, and resistances to a superior power that operates both within and around us. It is the sincere voice of our most intimate being, where we offer our hopes, concerns, and most authentic desires to a superior intelligence that is always present and available to support us. When we pray with sincerity and faith, we not only affirm our confidence in a superior power, but also consciously open a channel toward deeper and more complete healing. Authentic prayer helps alleviate mental tension, offers extraordinary clarity, and produces very deep inner calm. It calms our obsessive worries and stabilizes our fluctuating mind. When we sincerely pray for our physical healing, this transmits a powerful positive energy within us. We begin to feel that we are not fighting this battle alone, but that we are connected with a superior power that is constantly present to support and guide us. The measurable physical effects of prayer. Prayer produces a remarkable and scientifically observable transformation in our physical body. Through conscious prayer, mental peace and emotional stability penetrate every cell of the body, which directly strengthens the immune system. Simultaneously with this immune strengthening, blood circulation improves significantly, destructive stress is dramatically reduced, and the body's energy levels increase notably. Numerous scientific studies have demonstrated that people who pray regularly with sincerity tend to have better general health and recover from illnesses more quickly than those who don't practice prayer. This evidence clearly demonstrates that prayer exerts a profound and measurable impact on both physical and mental well-being. The profound mental benefits of prayer. Authentic inner peace. One of the most significant mental benefits of prayer is genuine inner peace. Prayer calms the mind naturally and profoundly. When we pray sincerely, we deposit all our worries and stress before the divine presence. This mental surrender brings calm and stability, helping us face our health challenges with greater resistance and equanimity. Strengthening of self-confidence. When we pray with absolute conviction, we perceive that we are not alone in our struggles. We receive blessings and strength from a superior power, which increases our belief in ourselves. This enhanced self-confidence empowers us to overcome our illnesses and gives us the deep conviction that complete healing is possible and inevitable. Emotional balance. Prayer also grants us authentic emotional equilibrium. It helps regulate our fluctuating emotions and allows us to realize that every problem in life contains its own solution. When we pray consciously, we connect with our soul, which makes us emotionally and mentally stronger and more resistant. The correct practice of healing prayer. Absolute sincerity. The correct way to pray is to do so with complete and unshakable sincerity. Don't convert prayer into a mechanical or empty ritual. Pray with a true heart and express your desires honestly before the divine presence. The authenticity of your words and emotions is absolutely essential for prayer's effectiveness. Divine patience. Prayer results are not always immediate or apparent. Prayer is a process of profound transformation, and with time you will begin to feel divine grace and assistance operating in your life. Therefore, be patient and trust that divine support is constantly with you, working in ways you may not be able to perceive immediately. Combination of meditation and prayer. Incorporate both meditation and prayer into your daily spiritual practice. When prayer is consciously combined with meditation, it becomes exponentially more powerful. Meditation brings deep quietude to the mind. Prayer then allows divine support to flow into that calmed and receptive space. This combination can produce extraordinary transformations in your life. Consistent daily practice. Make prayer an integral part of your daily routine. Regular prayer can bring you mental peace and emotional balance, while also significantly improving your physical health. Consistency in spiritual practice is key to experiencing profound and lasting transformations. Yogananda's teachings on prayer. Paramahansa Yogananda taught us that through authentic prayer we connect directly with the divine presence, and our soul finds the peace it has been seeking. He explained that true prayer links us with a divine power that supports both our physical and mental well-being integrally. Yogananda emphasized that prayer is not merely about words pronounced mechanically. It is a profound interior experience that helps us live a life of harmony, health, and spiritual plenitude. The great master reminded us that prayer must be rooted in complete and unshakable faith. He firmly believed that when we pray with authentic devotion, we find the mental peace required to face any physical or mental ailment. For Yogananda, prayer was not simply an external religious formality. It was a powerful and scientific method to achieve integral mental and physical well-being. When we pray with sincere faith, we unite with divine intelligence, and that sacred connection brings us inner calm and unshakable strength. Integration and practical application. Creating your personal healing routine. Now that you have discovered these 3 ancestral secrets to activate your body's healing power, it is time to integrate them systematically and consciously into your daily life. Real transformation occurs not only by knowing these techniques, but by applying them consistently until they become a natural part of your being. Morning healing routine, 15 to 20 minutes. Upon waking, before checking your phone or thinking about the day's activities, dedicate 5 minutes to reciting your healing affirmations with absolute conviction, followed by 5 to 7 minutes of silent meditation, allowing your mind to quiet and center. Conclude with 3 to 5 minutes of conscious prayer, connecting with the divine source of healing that resides within you. Practice during the day. Every time you notice a negative thought about your health, immediately substitute it with a positive affirmation. In moments of stress or anxiety, take 3 deep breaths and repeat mentally, I am at peace, I am healing, I am complete. During meals, bless your food and affirm that it perfectly nourishes every cell of your body. Nighttime integration routine, 10 to 15 minutes. Before sleeping, mentally review the day and give thanks for all signs of healing and improvement you experienced. Repeat your healing affirmations while preparing for rest. End with a prayer of gratitude, surrendering any remaining concerns to divine wisdom. The power of transformative consistency. Remember that these are not magic tricks that work instantly. They are profound spiritual principles that require constant practice and unshakable faith. Spiritual masters of all traditions have taught that real transformation occurs gradually, building day by day through dedicated practice. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Your body and mind have been operating under certain patterns for years, and changing these patterns requires time and persistence. Trust the process and maintain your practice, knowing that each affirmation, each positive thought, each prayer is contributing to your integral healing. Signs of progress in your healing. As you continue with these practices, You will begin to notice subtle but significant signs that your internal healing power is activating. Greater mental clarity and concentration capacity. General sensation of inner peace, even in challenging situations. Gradual improvement in sleep patterns. Increase in physical energy levels. Natural reduction of stress and anxiety. Greater resistance to minor illnesses. Sensation of deeper connection with yourself and with life. Overcoming common obstacles. Doubts and skepticism. It's natural for your rational mind to question these methods, especially if you've been conditioned to depend solely on external solutions. When doubts arise, remember that these techniques have been proven by millions of people for thousands of years. You don't need to believe blindly, just practice with an open mind and allow the results to speak for themselves. Inconsistency in practice. Modern life is full of distractions that can interfere with your spiritual practice. Set reminders on your phone. Create a sacred space in your home dedicated to these practices and seek a practice partner who can support you in maintaining consistency. Unrealistic expectations. Avoid the trap of expecting instant or miraculous healing. Although miracles certainly occur, most healings develop gradually. Celebrate small progress and maintain a long-term perspective. Modern science confirms ancient wisdom. It's fascinating to observe how modern science is beginning to validate what spiritual traditions have taught for millennia. Studies in neuroplasticity demonstrate that our thoughts literally mold the physical structure of our brain. Research in psychoneuroimmunology confirms that our mental state directly affects our immune system. Studies on the placebo effect reveal that belief in healing can activate the same curative mechanisms as real medications. Research on meditation and prayer shows measurable changes in brain waves, blood pressure, and inflammation markers. This convergence between science and spirituality is not coincidence. We are rediscovering fundamental truths about human nature that should never have been lost. Call to action and personal transformation. Your moment of decision. You have reached a crucial point in this journey of discovery. You have in your hands 3 powerful tools that can transform not only your physical health, but your entire life experience. The question now is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? You can close this video and continue with your life as if nothing had changed, hoping that your health improves by itself or depending solely on external solutions. Or you can make the brave decision to implement these teachings in your daily life, becoming an active participant in your own healing. The choice is completely yours, but remember that knowledge without action is completely useless. Only when you consciously apply these principles in your daily life will you begin to experience their transformative power. The commitment to yourself. I invite you to make a sacred commitment to yourself. For the next 21 days, faithfully practice these 3 healing secrets. Dedicate time each morning and each night to your affirmations, cultivate positive thoughts during the day, and connect regularly with the divine through conscious prayer. Observe the changes that occur, not only in your physical health, but in your mental, emotional, and spiritual state. Keep a journal of your progress, noting even the most subtle changes. At the end of these 21 days, honestly evaluate the impact these practices have had on your life. Expanding your spiritual practice. If you find value and transformation in these teachings, consider deepening even further into the study of spiritual wisdom. The teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda are vast and profound, offering advanced techniques for spiritual development and self-realization. Explore practices like Kriya Yoga meditation, study classic spiritual texts, and seek the company of other spiritual seekers who can support your continued growth. Sharing the light. Once you begin to experience the benefits of these practices, you will naturally feel the desire to share this wisdom with others. Become a living example of healing and transformation. Your radiant life will be the best evidence of the power of these spiritual principles. Share this video with family and friends who could benefit from these teachings. Subscribe to the Camino Karma Divino channel to continue receiving transformative wisdom that can elevate all aspects of your existence. The truth about your unlimited potential. As we reach the end of this transformative journey, I want to leave you with a fundamental truth that can forever change the way you perceive yourself and your healing capacity. Within you, at this very moment, resides a healing power more perfect than any medical technology ever created. This power is not limited by diagnoses, prognosis, or medical statistics. It doesn't know the word incurable because it operates from a level of reality where only divine perfection exists. Your body is not a defective machine that needs to be repaired by external forces. It is a sacred temple, a vehicle of consciousness designed to express perfect health when aligned with the spiritual laws that govern all life. The eternal message of the Masters. Throughout the centuries, great spiritual masters like Paramahansa Yogananda have come to remind us of this fundamental truth. They didn't come to create new religions or complicated belief systems. They came to awaken in us the memory of who we really are, divine beings temporarily experiencing human life, endowed with powers of creation and healing that transcend all apparent limitation. Yogananda dedicated his life to demonstrating that the so-called miracles of healing are not exceptions to natural laws, but expressions of superior laws that we can all learn to apply consciously. Your new life begins now. This moment marks the beginning of a new phase in your life, a phase where you are no longer a passive victim of circumstances, but conscious creator of your health and well-being experience. Each affirmation you pronounce with conviction, each positive thought you maintain, each sincere prayer you offer, is contributing to the manifestation of a new reality where perfect health is your natural state. No matter what your current health condition, no matter what diagnoses you have received, no matter how long you have been struggling with physical problems, at this moment you have the opportunity to activate healing forces that can completely transform your experience. The call to greatness. I call you to recognize the greatness that resides within you. You are not just a physical body struggling against illness. You are an eternal soul, endowed with divine powers, temporarily experiencing challenges that are designed to awaken you to your true nature. Accept this call to greatness. Embrace your internal healing power. Become the master of your own health destiny. And always remember that you are not alone on this journey. The wisdom of the masters, the support of the divine, and the unlimited power of your own soul are constantly available to support you. Final words of blessing. May these teachings anchor deeply in your consciousness and manifest as perfect healing in your life. May each day you awaken more fully to your divine nature and your unlimited capacity to create health, happiness, and plenitude. May your life become a living testimony to the transformative power of spiritual wisdom consciously applied. And may, through your example of healing and transformation, you inspire countless others to awaken to their own divine healing power. The journey toward perfect health begins with a single conscious step. That step is yours to take, right now, in this sacred moment. Remember to subscribe to the Camino Karma Divino channel to continue receiving teachings that can transform all aspects of your life. Your healing is possible, your transformation is inevitable, and your greatness is waiting to be recognized and expressed. May it be so, and may it be so now.